Yo, welcome to the Wild That's Crazy podcast. What's going on, people? Happy to be here today. Happy to have my guest. Even though she gave me a hard time being on the show, but we gonna have a great show. I got a great show for you guys today. Great show. Before we start, I wanna say happy birthday to my little man. He turned one. He turned one on Thursday. Happy 1-year-old birthday, Ayden. Happy birthday. I want to say shout out to my guys, Fresh and Judas. I want to say thank you guys so much. Did I say one? I meant two. I want to shout out my guys, Fresh and Judas. I did their podcast, In the Mix podcast. If you guys please check out that video, it's on my page. Please check it out. The Fresh and Judas In the Mix podcast. We had a great episode. Those guys joined me on the last episode of Wild That's Crazy. But check that episode out when you get a chance. I want to shout out the Ferndale's high school girls basketball team. I went to their basketball game last night, and they played the championship game, and they won. And they won with 4 players. One of their players got hurt, so they had to finish the game with 4 players. And those ladies played their butt off. So shout out to them. And last, I want to say shout out to Jhalisa Foster. You know, a lot of times we follow people on social media. You know, I have a couple people on the show. We know of people. But this young lady was on a podcast last season, and I've always admired her work ethic, her determination and everything. And recently, she just got a new vehicle, a new house, and she was picked to be in a magazine. All those things happened in the month of December. So I like to say she had a good ass December. Like, shout out to her, man. Like, that's dope. And that's nobody but God. Because that many things happen in 1 month, that's definitely God. So congratulations to you, Jhalisa Foster. And I can't wait till you come on the show. So with that being said, one more thing I want to address. And I talked about this on my Facebook, but I want to say it again. It's something I touched on before. And it's not no personal attack about no specific person, nobody. You know, I just want to address it because in the future, I plan on having women on the show. And I don't want to just have my friends on the show. I don't want to just have people I know of on the show. Like, I want all different types of women on the show. You know, I want it to just be women that I know. I want to work on my craft. I want to interview different women. I want to learn from women. So, ladies, when I ask you to be on the show, please, this is not that type of show where I'm going to ask you crazy questions. I'm not trying to holler at you or get on. I'm not trying to make you look crazy. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I just want to work on my craft and have a great show. And I enjoy speaking to women. So when I ask you to be on the show, do a couple of things for me. For one, ask somebody you know about my show. Ask them. See what they say about the show. 2, think about what type of person I am. Like, how do I carry myself? How did I present the show to you? And 3, the most important thing, watch one of the videos. Look at my social media. Like, I have videos up there. I have at least 71 videos of podcast episodes. That's without like clips and videos. So when I ask you to be on the show, just do those things for me. And just be prepared to have a good time. There's not been one person that's came on this show that didn't have a good time and not want to be a guest again. So just please do that for me. I don't want to feel like I'm begging you to be on the show. I don't want it to feel like, oh, you're doing me this big favor, because regardless of what you know, unless you do podcasts or do shows, it's empowering to you too. It gives you a certain confidence, or, you know, it gives you a sense of purpose or understanding something about yourself. So just take all that in. So with that being said, and I'm not trying to put this lady on the spot, I don't want her to think that I was talking about her, but I want to thank her so much for joining me on the show. You know, she's family, definitely, and I'm happy to have her on. She's a person that I think is dope, amazing, and, you know, she works hard. She's a great mother, and I want to welcome Shardae to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How was your week?
It was good.
That's good. Can you tell me about your week?
Oh, my week was long.
Because people always say, "Oh, my week was good." What was good about your week? How was your week?
I drove up to Ohio, drove to Youngstown, Ohio. Unfortunately, I went for a funeral, but I was able to see my best friend Brittany. She flew in from Arizona to go to her grandmother's funeral, so drove up to kick it with her for a day or two. Came back, back to work, back to the regular grind, kids and all that stuff. But went by fast, so the week was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, my week was long. It just felt like a long week. Work was cool. It just felt like a long week, and just a lot of behind the scenes podcast stuff was going on. But that's normal in podcasts. That come with the grind. So I'm just getting back to figuring everything out as far as the podcast on top of work, on top of life, on top of kids. So it's cool. It's juggling. It was a great week. It just felt long. And then I did I've been doing 2 a days working out. And I think I went too hard. I think I went too hard. And I never feel like I go too hard. But when I get there, I'll be like, okay, it's time to rest. Because I was at work one day and I got up too fast. And how you just like, I was leaning on my foot a little bit and I got up too fast and I almost bust my ass. And it was funny. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm a little tired. Think I'm going to skip Friday's workout. So
We ain't in those 20s, early
I
30s.
be have to remind myself. But
No
see,
more.
like the biggest thing with age to me is like that I go through is like pulling muscles. Like that's the
Yeah.
weirdest shit ever. Like I pull muscles just doing whatever. I can reach in the cabinet and pull a muscle, or bend over and pull a muscle. That's the one thing. Me getting older, I feel like I go through. Everything else, I feel I be kind of cool. Sleep, I never been a person who sleep a lot, so that'd be cool. But yeah, just straight up pulling a muscle. That shit happened to me all the time. I pulled a muscle in my tailbone before. I thought that was the strength. And all that time I was thinking it was my back. It was my tailbone. That was
Oh
the
man,
weirdest
stuff.
shit. Hey, it is what it is. All right, so I got a couple of good things for us to discuss. Man, I can't play my game, but it's
Next
okay.
time on the next episode.
I saved that game. I'm gonna save that game. So these two people been in the news a lot lately, and I just want to hear your thoughts on them. I love them. I like both of them, and I always thought both of them was dope. So the people I'm talking about is Nelly and Ashanti. What are your thoughts on Nelly and Ashanti?
I think it's cute. I'm here for it. I don't mind like the spin the block type of narrative. I feel like once you have something with somebody and you lose it, that saying like if it's meant to be, it'll come back type of thing. And I feel like that's what's happening for them. They seem happy. Supposedly got a baby on the way. That's new life, new blessings. I like that for them.
That was gonna be my next question, but yeah, I feel the same way. Like I feel like if you guys can grow without each other, better yourself, and then if y'all had something special, why not do that? Like I'm not against like, because I feel like in relationships we leave that person because specific things. But I feel like deep down in the back of our head, all of us know certain things. Well, if this person worked on this, or if they changed this, or if they wasn't like this, then I probably would do it. I have exes that I've dated that if it was like a couple of things addressed, I wouldn't mind doing. But I feel it has to be those things. And it takes a lot for a man and a woman both to grow and to kind of, rekindle something and to try again, because some people be dead set against it. I don't think you should be dead set against it, because you guys had something special, especially if you lasted years, you guys had something special. And if you can build on that, why not build on that?
Yeah, I feel like history is rich. It's something that you can't get back. You can't rebuild it with somebody else.
Yeah.
You had that history, you just had that history.
See, and that be my thing. Like, history is, like you said, history is everything. Like, because you have so many memories. Like, hopefully it's good memories,
Right.
and hopefully you had good times, and you chose that person to be your mate for a reason. So, when you think about like me personally, I like being with somebody that know me, that understand me, that I can trust. Because, we Virgos, and it's like, it's hard for us to just put our trust in somebody. So once I've worked hard to get to that trust level, I want to make sure we there, and I want to build on that, because a lot of times I'm more comfortable with building with somebody I know and trust, whether that means somebody new. Some people like that. Like some people like dating people and getting to know them and explaining stuff. I hate it.
It's the worst.
I hate it.
I think it's a Virgo thing because I'm recently out of a relationship and I've been meeting so many people, but it's so draining.
Yeah.
I keep telling my friends like I'm leaving this dating stuff in 2023
It
because
hurts.
it's not for me.
Man, it hurts.
It hurts so much.
And the biggest thing about of course, the perks of dating is you get to meet somebody new. You get to have different conversations. You get to learn things about them. You get to, fill out things with them and get it. But the thing I hate the most is I don't like explaining myself.
Either.
I don't like people who know you and your friends and your family, you could crack a joke. For instance, my family, we got a warped sense of humor. So we laugh at stuff other people might not laugh at. So when I'm around my family, I can be like, oh, stupid. Or, man, shut up. Be quiet. Or my family, we get loud. So we could be yelling at somebody and we just having a conversation. That's just how we talk sometimes. But then it's other people where you got to be mindful of that. That's not how they are. So it's just now I feel like when I'm dating, it's like I'm adjusting me and I'm still being me, but at the end of the day, you have to understand what you can do with this person, you can't do with another person. And you got to respect that because you got to compromise and meet halfway. But it's just be man, I hate that shit.
I hate it.
I hate that shit.
It's so bad.
I be man. And then it's just you finally start, talking to somebody that you like, getting to know them. Y'all been talking for a couple weeks and boom, something just happened.
Yeah.
Either she disappear, you busy, you disappear, or it's just it just randomly disappear. Right. And it's just wow, that's crazy. And then you just starting over again.
With somebody else.
Yeah.
Guys always leave me because I'm so busy. I'm busy. My
you
life is busy. I have other
busy.
Stuff going on. I work. I got kids in high school. Got a small kid. And some people just don't understand that part.
Yeah. See, but are you touching bases with them? Because I feel we all busy. A lot of us are busy, but I think the biggest thing with that is time management. I feel a lot of women, sorry ladies, sorry, a lot of women are just bad with time management, man. I don't know too many women that's just straight good with time, where it's just okay, I'm doing this, doing that. I'm going to make sure I talk to you. I'm going to talk to you I can only talk to you for 5 minutes. I can only talk to you 10 minutes. That helps and that matters because, I'm the type of person, as long as we kind of communicate and we touching bases with each other and we on the same page, I can work with whatever you're doing. As long as we communicating that, as long as we talking about that. And if it's I don't have to talk every day. I don't like that neither. We adults.
Either.
Why are we talking every single day? We could talk every other day. We could text each other throughout the day. I feel texting is good communication.
Me too.
Some people don't like texting. That's what I'm saying. I could just, instead of calling you, say, how was your day or have a good day, I could text that. I don't have to call you and tell you that. So it's just to me, I need somebody that I want and need somebody that's kind of meet me halfway. And you can, we can work with everything else. For instance, if you somebody that need to talk, I can talk. But it's going to be short sometime. It's not going to be long. So, just meeting each other halfway. But good luck on your journey.
Men nowadays don't accept that.
They don't accept
that. No. They think you're supposed to be available.
They feel like you playing them or something.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm just really, really busy.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I might not text you back. I might read your message and not respond for a day or whatever. I don't have to talk to you all day, every day. But that's just me as a person, too.
Yeah.
I want to be with you, but I want to be with you and you be quiet and I be quiet.
That's that Virgo stuff. That's that. But that's how I am. I'm like you said, I tell people all the time, and now people starting to understand that I'm an introvert and an extrovert.
Me too.
So it's I think most Virgos are because I could be by myself all day. I could be around people. But, it's just I'm the best of both worlds. But it's when I want to be alone, I want to be alone. Like when I'm watching the game and or if I like, cause I'm big on if I'm in a relationship, I'm good at time management with everybody. I'm making sure the kids get their individual time. I'm making sure you get your individual time and dates. I'm making sure us as a team is doing stuff together. But when I got this time right here, this is my time right here. Do not interrupt this time trying to tell me about what you and Keisha went through.
Right.
I don't want to hear. And I'm not gonna tell you I don't want to hear it. I'm just gonna be sitting there. What? Oh shit.
Whole
What?
time mad, like I wish she would shut up.
I'm like, okay. Hopefully she catch on, like, cause I'm gonna keep watching this game. So, so since you said you're not against spinning the block, and since you single and dating lives, these questions gonna help a guy figure you out a little bit, figure us both out. So, with some of your exes, and you don't gotta say no name, you could just tell me some of your likes and dislikes of them. Like, just like you don't have to break each one down, but just tell me some of the qualities that you like that an ex possess, and some of the ones you didn't like that an ex possess.
um, I start with the likes first. Most men that I date are manly men. I
Okay.
love that. Like, I need my man to be the boss. I need you to manage the time for us. I need you to hold the family down. Do that type of stuff for me. Take that off my plate. That's something that he was really, really good at. Like, I only been in two real serious situations, two relationships.
You only been in 2 relationships?
Two real serious
Man, I thought I had the
relationships.
lowest number.
And both of them were really good at doing that. But going back to like a dislike is not being respectful of my time.
Okay.
You know, again, even in a relationship, I'm busy. Like, I'm a high level person at my job. Like, again, kids, stuff like that. I don't think they see the value in like my job and my work, but they want me to see the value in theirs. So that was one of the things that I didn't like. But everything else, I would go with the flow.
That's good.
Yeah.
And just hearing you say that, because most women, like being able to be led and stuff like that, most women, especially women these days, they dead set against that. They want to lead, which is nuts to me, but
I
they
want
definitely
you to
do.
drive me everywhere, pick me up, tell me where we going. I don't want to plan nothing. Just let me show up.
Makes sense. Makes sense. With me, I like somebody that can communicate. I like somebody that's kind of good with time management. I like somebody that can cook. I like somebody that's willing to do whatever it is to make me happy because I'm the same way. Um, I like somebody that has a sense of humor because I crack jokes, and you got to be able to take these jokes. We got to be able to laugh together because so many women be like, oh, no, I don't mind. I want a guy with a sense of humor until they get a guy with a sense of humor.
Right.
And then it's like sensitive stuff all the time.
And then he was talking about my edges.
Yeah,
hurt
then
my
it's
feelings.
exactly. Now you looking like, oh, come on, baby. Then you got to do the whole baby thing. Come on, baby. You know I love you. No, I'm not doing that. You got to take these jokes. But yeah, like I said, somebody that has a sense of humor, somebody that's just aware of who they are, where they're trying to go. That's very important. Like, I definitely want somebody that, goal oriented and just really, really put time in working on themselves. I think that's one thing I feel like this generation and a lot of people not doing. Like, a lot of people don't work on themselves. We sit here and complain about, oh, my back, but then you don't want to exercise. Then you don't want to like. And I remember, I forgot who I heard talking about it. Oh, it was Deion Cole. He was talking about eating, and he was just talking about how like he made a joke about cake. Let's say cake or pie. He was like, okay, cake and pie is good, but just stop. Like,
Right.
we know it's good, but it ain't meant for you to keep eating over and over again. When you get to a certain point, it ain't meant for you to do all the time. It's meant to be like a snack here and there. kind of like how restaurants were supposed to be. And that's what I liked about back in the day. Back in the day, restaurants was like something we might get on the weekend.
Special occasion.
It was never like no Monday through Sunday. It was never like that.
Right.
So it's like, I think that's like one of the things. Somebody that's just self-aware and working on themselves. And somebody that, do therapy, willing to do therapy, and just taking accountability, man. Like, my thing is, you could call me out. Like, my motto is this. You could call me out on anything, long as it's true. But you can't tell me something that's not true and want me to agree with it. Because women do that a lot. For real.
Women?
Well, men might do it, too.
Humans do it.
I'm trying to think, do men do that?
Men.
Well,
Definitely do
it's
it.
maybe both. I'm only speaking from the other point, other side. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, you can call me out. You can say stuff because I always want to work on myself. But don't tell me I'm doing something I'm not. Like, oh, you lying. You doing this. You doing this. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. Dislikes. I don't like no jealous person. Like, I don't like nobody that's jealous, trying to snoop through phones and do all that other stuff, follow me. I don't like stuff like that. That's a good way.
Looking through that phone.
Certain things is a deal breaker. Being like jealous and crazy, that's the fastest way to get me to get the hell on. Like, I'm gone. I don't play with crazy. I don't play with jealous. And a lot of times with people mates, man, your mate be jealous of you, which be weird.
Super
Yeah.
weird.
So that's one of the deal breakers. And just somebody that just, like I said, don't take accountability, man. Just don't want to work on themselves at all, want to finger point and say this and that. Like, no, those are all deal breakers for me. So, while we talking about, so what are some qualities that you look for in a man?
I look for someone to be honest. Like, you have integrity. I look at family structure.
That's important. That's a good one.
Like, did you come from a home that had a father and your mother? How's your mother and father's relationship? Those are qualities that you can't get from anywhere else except for, like, your upbringing. Work ethic. You have to be a hard worker, because the one thing about me is I'm always, always, always going to get to a bag, and I need you to match that energy. That's pretty much it. If you work hard, you honest and thoughtful, caring. Yeah, that's really it.
Those good things. But that family thing you said, that's very important. I think more people need to take that into account. Like, that's very important, because that tells you everything.
Right.
Because like I tell people, even if let's say you do have bad relationships with your parents, how do you deal with it? Right. Like, is it affecting you? Do you let it affect you? Do you have the traits? Are you working on those traits? Like, what are you doing with that? Because I never want to be like, oh, this person's mother is this person is that. But are you, displaying that behavior? Because that matters. That's like with me. Like, my dad was a certain way. My mom was a certain way. But I go out my way not to resemble none of the bad qualities that they have.
Right.
Now with my dad, the one like I have sometime, which I feel I got better in, is like patience. Like, my dad was always the type, hey, go grab that cup over there. And you grabbing the cup, come on, where the damn cup at? So it was just like, it was no patience. So I developed that a little bit. But once I recognized I had it, it's like, okay, I started doing things to work on it. I started doing things where it's like, okay, do something else so you're not thinking about the cup. You didn't have to get up and get the cup. So just take your time, wait for the damn cup. So it's like, I do that a lot when it comes to family or qualities that I had, like just with things that I had to work on. Like, I really took the accountability to fix those things and work on those things. A lot of people don't do that. Like, it's hard, because I remember Anwar and Chauncey used to joke with me like, man, you be in denial. You be saying this, you be saying, and it was a running joke. But then I started taking it personal. Like, I don't do that. And they like, nah, you do
Yeah,
that. And
you
I'm the type of
do.
person, if more than one person say it, nah, it's true, especially your close friends.
Yeah.
So I had to be like, damn, they might be right. And I
Right.
still didn't want to say they was right, but I'm like, no, they might be right. So that's something I'm going to work on. And late, I was always a late person.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm still a late person.
yeah, I'm like out of 10, I'm about an 8 now. Like I done got better. But before, cause I started looking at time as like, people's time. I started looking at time that way.
Yeah.
Cause before I was the late person too. Like whenever the crew and all us hanging out, I was always the late one. They used to tell me the different time to make sure I was
Just
there
on
on
time.
time. So it's just like I started working on it because I started looking at it like it's money. Time is money. Like when somebody asking you to be somewhere or do stuff or you doing something, especially when you get older, it's like time is
Right.
everything. So I started looking at it like that, and then just leaving out early. Now when stuff come up, it's just like okay, I can't predict that. Like today, like I wanted to be here at like 4:30, 4:20. I probably would have been here sooner, but 94. I haven't came from the east in a long time. I mean, living west. So it's like I had to come all the way from 94, and it's just like, damn, it's down here, there, there. So I had to take streets, freeways, figure it out. So, but for the most part, like I make sure, I'm leaving out extra early. Yeah. What are some things that you want to work on?
Um.
Like, what are some things like, and I ask this because a lot of times we always kind of point out what we want, what we want, what we want, but we never kind of like, because I look at single time as like the time where you build on yourself, whether you working on your body, whether you working on your energy, your spirit. I feel like when you single, that's the time to work on what you want. A lot of people you hear say, okay, you want all these things in a man, you want all these things in a woman, but are you those things? So when I'm single, I like to work on, things that I didn't do in the last relationship good. I like to work on the things that I want. And I work on the things that, me as a person that, I want to be that person and I want to be able to brag on myself. So you got to do the work. So what are some of the things that you want to work on?
One of the things that I have been working on is just my physical body. You go back to saying like about eating the cake and all that stuff. Like I was talking to someone who work out and he literally works out every day. He like, you're supposed to eat to live, not live to eat. And it changed my perspective on food and just intaking food. Got in the gym, shedded the pounds, got back down to the size I was pre-relationship. So that was one of the things. I also want to work on just being organized, more organized in my life. Like you said, time management, making sure that, I'm getting time to even let somebody in to date. Doing that. I also want to grow like spiritually.
Okay.
Not so much as like going to church Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but at least getting back to once a week, developing a prayer life, letting God come in and kind of manage my single days. So when I do get into a relationship, my relationship is better. I think that's about it for right now. Yeah.
Those are good things. Yeah, with me is just working on my portfolio stuff. Like just making sure financially I'm where I need to be. Cause I feel like that's the biggest thing I'm working on now, and the biggest thing that I have to improve on. Just investments and savings and stuff like that. Like that's the biggest thing I'm working on. Like that's like the number one thing I'm working on, making sure the credit is right, making sure everything is right. So that's the main thing I'm working on. As far as like maintaining, eating right, and exercising, I feel I do a good job at those. Working on myself, as far as like my relationship with God, I feel like I'm doing good at that. I feel like I'm getting back consistent and going to church and making sure I'm talking to Him throughout the day. I feel like that's the one thing with God I've improved on this last year or so. I feel like now, before it was like go to church And then it's like, oh, I went to church, and then I left
Right.
out of church, and now I'm on the road cussing somebody out for driving too slow, or I'm at work cussing somebody out. So now I try to make sure throughout the day my relationship is strong with God every day throughout the day. So not just saying my morning prayer and going to church on Sunday, but making sure I'm talking to them and including them in decisions that I'm making.
Okay.
Including them in women that I'm trying to talk to, including them in just everyday life, everyday decisions, whether it's small, big, large. Like even when I'm at work and somebody say something stupid, it's like I'm like, God, you better go. I swear, you better move. Like it just be one of those things where now I find myself talking to God more. I feel myself including him in decisions. And you always hear people say, let go and give it to God. But now I'm really starting to do that, and it do help.
It do
It
work.
feels better
Yeah.
because now I'll be like, I really go through a checklist in my head, and I'll be like, okay, did I do everything I was supposed to do? Did I reach out to some resources? Did I try to read up on something? If I did all those things and tried everything I can do, then I'm just gonna say, God, I did everything I could do. I prayed, I did everything. I'm just leaving it to you, and I just
Right.
move on. And that was hard to do. Like that was like really hard to just say, okay, I'm just gonna let it go, because we Virgos, so
Right.
it's like we always thinking of a plan inside out, sideways, backwards. Like we always thinking of a plan. So with being able to do that is just like great. Like, and that's been over, I would say like a year. I've been doing that, and it's just like to be able to put that with going to church, because I like my plan is to go at least 2 weeks out the month.
Okay.
I want to go every Sunday, but I'm at least make sure I go 2 weeks out the month. So
Okay.
start at that and work my way to four. If I get four, I get four, but at least do two. So I feel like that's one of the things, and just like that. Like I said, God working out, and just my patience and working with people. Like I feel like that's something I improved on, but I want to get better because I want to be able to, with any woman I'm with, be able to sit her down and talk about anything.
Right.
Like whether it's small or big or small, like be able to just really sit her down and explain stuff. Cause sometimes I feel like I used to get to the point where I don't want to explain certain things. I get annoyed with even trying to explain certain stuff because it felt so stupid to discuss. Like if let's say every Friday, let's say me and you together, and every Friday I do the same routine. I go to work, I leave work, I go to the barber shop, I chill there, and then I come home. This is something I do, and I might chill there until like let's say 9, 10, and I do the same thing every week. If you like, where you at? Where you at? I do this every Friday. Like I gotta tell myself, don't lose it over that. That's
Don't
not
lose
something to
it.
lose it over. But I would get annoyed because I feel like you not paying attention. Then as a woman, you guys always want us to pay attention to everything. Always.
Yeah.
Okay, so pay attention to that. Like pay attention to that. Like
No, I
this is
don't.
every Friday.
I'm not saying you wrong because I don't like that either.
Yeah.
It's just a personality trait of mine. I don't want to have to keep explaining the same
Yeah.
thing. What's understood don't have to be explained. You
Yeah.
know that I'm doing this every week. It's not changing. I ignore something like that. I
And
wouldn't
that's my thing.
respond
And I see that's what I do too.
because I
I
can't deal
sit
with
there and
that.
you be talking and you be saying, where was you at Friday? I just look at you. And
Like
then,
you know where I was at
and
Friday.
then I be like, same thing I do every Friday. Then it's like you being smart or you being funny, but I do this every Friday. So that'd be funny, but yeah, but those are the things that I feel like, that I want to just continuously improve on, and things that I want to do. Um, what can a guy do to impress you?
Don't bug me.
Okay.
Be cool. Just
What's
relax.
bug you? Define,
Like
but what's bugging you?
don't overextend yourself to me.
Hmm.
I want you to like Be available, but not too available. That's impressive to me. When you're not thirsty, do not be thirsty with me. I don't like it.
So thirsty is what again? Say that again so the guys can understand. Guys, y'all can understand.
Don't text me all the time. Don't call me all the time. Just hit me up. Check on me. Like, don't be too available for me.
Okay. That makes sense. You sure of yourself?
I am.
Yeah, like with me, it's just make sure you got your stuff going on and you got that ambition and making sure that we just communicating because I feel like I said, communication is everything. Like, long as you let me know what's going on, I'm straight. But don't bug me neither. Don't bug me. I'm not talking to you every day on the phone. That's not happening. And it ain't weird that I didn't talk to you Tuesday when I talked to you every day this week. That's not weird. Right. That's normal. We adults, so
very much so. Adults.
So please don't respect my time, respect my space, and don't treat me like every other guy. I don't like when women do that, where it's like, oh well, I went through this or I went that. I'm not going through that again. First of all, you should never say that anyway. Like, my thing is, yeah, we're gonna say that, but it's just like, I don't want to remind you of your ex with every little thing I do. Like, my thing is, yeah, certain stuff is red flags where it's like, okay, the last relationship I was in, he was a cheater or he was this. So I don't want to go through that. I get that. But when it's like little stuff or stuff you just tripping about where it's more so you, like, nah, we not going through that.
As women, we bring in like preconceived negativity because of the past. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's like a shield for us to be like, okay, this happened and I don't want it to happen again, but sometimes that can be a downfall for us.
Yeah.
So
that's a fact. Like, it's just like I said, from the whole cheating to the conversation, the line, or, oh, you was doing this, huh? Or this what you was doing. You was with your sons. Yeah, I'm with my sons. Right. Yeah, that's what I do. Like, and then with me, it's like I'm like pretty much like predictable. It's like I'm doing the same things I enjoy doing, working a lot. When I'm free, spending time with my sons, kicking it with the guys, every probably once a month if we lucky. Going to the gym. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not hard to see what type of guy I am. I'm in church on Sundays, football all Sunday. I'm watching football all Sunday. So football and church on Sundays. Mondays, work, football. And then throughout the week, the gym.
So you don't have no girlfriend time on Sundays or Mondays?
Well, I'm not dating right now anyway. I'm cool. I got stuff to do. Like,
if you had a girlfriend, what's your Sunday gonna look like?
I mean, my Sunday would be we'll go to church. And if we don't go to church, we'll probably meet. We'll meet for dinner.
After football?
Yes. Well, during the last game.
Okay.
Yeah, the last game will still be going on. We'll meet. So let's say the Lions come on at 1. I'm watching the Lions game. I'm watching the first 2 games. And then after that, we'll meet up. We'll grab dinner. I'll make it all about you while I'm looking at the TV, too.
Okay.
So, because Sunday football day. And that's another thing a woman got to understand, too. When you come from a sports family, like, sports are everything. So it's like, if you watch sports, come watch it with me. You're more than welcome. If you want to watch the 1 o'clock all the way to 8 o'clock, you can. If you want to watch the Lions, then go home and chill till I get home later, we can do that. I'm not saying you can't watch it with me, but it's just like, that's Sunday, church, football. Yeah, and then some quality time. And then Saturdays, podcast day, and we can kick it that day too. See, I'm good at time management. I can juggle, so I'm cool with saying, okay, I'll make sure you get your time, make sure everybody get their time. Yeah, that's my bag. That's that Virgo man stuff, not the woman stuff. Y'all definitely not detail or organized.
It's cool though. We working on it.
Yeah, you'll get there. Okay. We're going to do like a rapid thing right here because we're near the end. We're going to do like rapid questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just give your response. First thing that come to mind. You can elaborate on it too, but It's just, yeah. Okay, your thoughts on one night stand.
In your 20s.
Okay. Love at first sight.
Absolutely.
Absolutely what?
I would fall in love at the first sight of somebody.
So you definitely believe in love at first sight.
Yes.
Okay. Dating a friend.
No.
Okay. Dating a person your family disapprove of.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. See, now this was easy. Thank you. See? And we all done with this episode. See how fast this went?
Yeah.
So now when you come back, you will be a veteran.
That was it.
That's it. See how fast the hour go? So, guys, I want to thank you. I want to thank Shardae for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to thank the team. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Gara. Thank you guys so much. You guys, please have a great week. Please be safe. Please be great. And please take care of each other. Enjoy the rest of your week. Till next time, peace.